What is going on, X Factor Nation? Welcome back to another daily show. We are keeping them rolling. It's your boy Fred, just alone today. Today is C. Willie, Caleb Wilson's birthday. So make sure to wish that man a happy birthday. Caleb, we love you. You X Factor, you changing the game. But let's get into it, man. We had a full, I'm talking as full as you can get NBA slate last night. Let's start out in Charlotte as Washington Wizards traveled to Charlotte. They picked up a 108 to 100 win. There's a couple stats we're going through. Kyle Kuzma with a 20 and 6 night and 9 and 16 shooting, very efficient. Kristaps 19, 8 and 5. Rui Hachimura had 16 off the pine, and so did Jordan Goodwin, the second year player out of St. Louis. So just certain guys stepping up for the Wizards, pretty cool. And of course, on the Charlotte side, we have the Kentucky legend himself, PJ Washington, picking up 25, 4 boards of 11, 18 shooting. Terry Rozier added 19 on a pretty inefficient night. Kelly Oubre added 20, and not too much off the bench. Nick Richards, 8 and 6. James Bouknight, 7 and 6. So not too much going on Charlotte side. That roster, like we've talked about, not great, especially without LaMelo. And even when LaMelo comes back, I don't expect them to make too much noise. We'll see, but again, just not a really potent offense and lacks a lot of versatility on defense. So don't expect too much from Charlotte. Next, we have the Houston Rockets traveling to Orlando to take on the Magic. Two young up-and-coming teams, maybe. We'll see. But the Rockets did pick up a 134 to 127 win here, a very high-scoring game that in regulation, no overtime. St. John, my man, going off, man, having a great season, went 20 and 10 last night. Jalen Green, man, very efficient, 12 of 18 from the field with 34 points. So he looked great. Kenyon Martin Jr., man, didn't really expect too much from him going into this year, but he's quietly putting together a nice little season at 21 last night off the bench. Orlando side, Paulo. What else to say about that kid? Paulo Banchero, 30 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists from 50% from the field. Just a stud, absolute hit for the Magic. Franz Wagner, another just great game for him. Love that kid, love his game. He had 23, 5, and 7. Mo Bamba had 14 off the pine. And Terrence Ross added in 21. That is Caleb's guy, so shouts out T. Ross. Next, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder. They traveled to Detroit to take on the Pistons. Lost 103 to 112. Detroit won that game 112-103, like I said. Shea, man, continued to put together a absolute all-star, superstar performance year. He had 33 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists on an efficient night. Not too much else going on there. Freaking Mike Muscala still in the league somehow, dropping 11, and Kendrick Williams, the TCU grad, with 11, 8, and 4. On Detroit side, another young, fun team to watch, definitely a league pass team to check out. Saddiq Bey continues to play well, 25 points, 5 boards. Bojan, kind of a quiet night, had 12. Isaiah Stewart with 11 and 12. Cade Cunningham, a guy I'm super hard on. Another guy putting together a good year. He had 21 points, 11 rebounds, 7 keys last night. So, and Jaden Ivey, man, a good rebounding night. Had 15 points and 11 boards, adding in 6 assists on only 2 turns. So, good night for him. And Hamidou Diallo added 11 and 8 boards off the pine. Next up, we had the New Orleans Pelicans traveling to Indiana to take on the Pacers. A game I thought New Orleans would win. They did not. Zion put together a 26.7 and 7 night on an efficient night. He's usually pretty efficient from the field. Brandon Ingram added in 29. Valanciunas with 14. Herb with 16. And off the bench, Trey Murphy had 11, and so did Devontae Graham. But the Pacers did pick up the win, like I said, 129-122. Jalen Smith, 15 and 11. Just a very good night all around for the Pacers. Very spread out scoring. But Miles Turner, man, a guy that we haven't really heard much. A lot of trade talk. But outside of that, his play, we haven't really heard much. But man had 37 points and 12 boards last night, added in 3 blocks. So he had a great night. Buddy added in 20. Tyrese had 20 and 13 assists. Continues to be, a tops and assist guy throughout the league. Andrew Nembhard, Gonzaga kid added in 50, Florida kid. And Gonzaga, right? He was a Florida to Gonzaga? Because there's 2 of them. There's 2 Nembhards, but I'm pretty sure Gonzaga, whatever. Anyway, continuing on. Bernick only had 8 off the bench, and TJ McConnell had 10. So quite a night for Mathurin, the superstar breakout rookie, but other than that, Pacers look good. Miles Turner, like I said, at 37. Next game, we got the Phoenix Suns traveling to Philadelphia. A game I didn't think Joel was going to play. He played, and he played really well. But we'll start with Phoenix, man. Devin Booker continues the ball, 28 points last night. Besides that, man, DeAndre Ayton had 14. Cam Payne had 14, so not a lot going on the Phoenix side. 88, not a lot of points scored. But for Philly, Tyrese Maxey had an off night, 11, 5, and 6 on 4 of 18 shooting, so not his best night. But Joe, he had 33, 10 boards, 5 assists. So he looked good. Tobias Harris continues to be very consistent, 21 points, 8 boards, 6 assists. And Gorgie's Niang, hey, Iowa State, 21 points off the bench of 7 of 11 shooting from the field, 7 from 10 from deep. So great night for him off the bench. Much needed win for Philly, definitely. No James Harden for a little bit, so we'll see how they do without him. But they still have Tyrese and Joel Embiid, of course, so I think they'll be just fine. Next, the Milwaukee Bucks travel to Atlanta to take on the Hawks. The Milwaukee Bucks, man, get their first loss. It has been a great season for them. I can't wait for them to get Middleton back. To see them at full strength is going to be awesome. But Giannis with 25, Drew Holiday, 16 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Bobby Portis added an 11 off the bench. Grayson Allen also had 11, and Brooke Lopez also with 11 points. So not a whole lot going on for Milwaukee. Not their best game. Obviously, they have their first loss in a team I was very high on, the Atlanta Hawks. DeJounte Murray, 25, 8 boards, 11 assists. No Trae Young. So to pick up a win like this without your all-star point guard, it's pretty tough. But DeJounte just slides right in, goes to work. DeAndre Hunter had 10, John Collins had 14, and the rookie added Duke, AJ Griffin, the 3-and-D specialist, 24 off the bench, and Nneka Okongwu, there we go, off the bench also added in 12 points. So great performance by the Hawks. Kind of surprising. I thought the Bucks, I said hot take that the Bucks wouldn't lose till the 20 wins, but they proved me wrong. Shout out to Atlanta. Next, we have the Portland Trailblazers going to Miami to take on the Heat. They won 110-107. Portland, Josh Hart hit a game-winning 3, had 12 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. Again, just casually being the best guard rebounder in the league. Don't get it, but he is. Jeremy Grant continues to play well, 23 points. Anthony Simons, absolute beast, had 25. Damian Lillard played tonight, had 19. So good for him. Good to see him back. And Justice Winslow, forgot he existed, with 12 off the bench. So good for him, Dookie. On Miami side, no Tyler Hero last night. So, you're missing the 6th man of the year. It's always tough. Jimmy had 16. Caleb had 10. Caleb Martin, Bam had 16. Max Strus had 16. Kyle Lowry had 15. Dwayne Dedman with 10 off the bench. Gabe Vincent with 15 as well off the bench. So Miami struggling. I kind of thought, I don't know, me and the guys talked about it too. They didn't do much, man, to make this team better. Kind of just stayed the same, and I think it's going to hurt them in the long run, and so far it has. Next game up, we got the Toronto Raptors going to Chicago to take on the Bulls. They ended up dropping that one 97-111 in favor of the Bulls. Scotty Barnes only 5, 6, and 5 with 2 and 9 shooting. Not his best night. Absolutely punchy on somebody, though. God bless it, that kid's special. OG Anunoby with 13. Fred VanVleet with 27. Gary Trent Jr. with 19. Kind of the highlight for them. But for Chicago, Zach LaVine coming back, playing, dropping 30. DeMar only had 9. Patrick Williams had 10. Vooch had 15 and 13. And off the bench, Derrick Jones Jr. is the highlight with 12. Good Bulls team, man. Just a solid team. You know what you're going to get from DeMar and Zach LaVine. Just looking for other guys to step up. Vucevic, another guy, you know what you're going to get. And I think they get rolling, man. I really like the Chicago Bulls team. Again, I keep saying it every video. God bless it. I wish Lonzo was healthy because I think he makes them an absolute title contender. Next, easily the game of the night, in my opinion. You had Boston traveling to Memphis. They won 109-106. Great game. Jason Tatum, stud. 39 points last night. Jaylen Brown, 21 points. Horford had 15. Marcus Smart had 15 points, 7 rebounds, 12 assists. Maybe a pickup game for him. Brogdon had 8 points, 10 rebounds off the bench, so 2 points away from a triple-double. They continue to be dominant, the Boston Celtics, that is. And with the Grizzlies, man, Ja with 30, Desmond Bane with a kind of a lackluster game, dropping 19 with how he's been playing. But no, that duo is gross. Dylan Brooks with 13, Brandon Clark added in 10 and 8. Let's see. And then my man, John Coach Conchar, kid out of Purdue Fort Wayne, had 12 and 7 off the bench. Pretty much highlights them. So not the best game for Memphis, but of course you know what you're going to get from those guys. Next game, kind of the game, in my opinion, was the New York Knicks traveling to Minnesota to take on the Timberwolves. The New York Knicks picked up the win 120 to 107. My man Julius Randle had 31 and 8, absolute stud performance. RJ Barrett had 22 and Jalen Brunson had 23. So the lefty gang, as I call them, played very, very well. Jacob Toppin's brother, Obi, dropped 15 points and 7 rebounds. So great performance by the Knicks last night for Minnesota. No Rudy Gobert. Cat did his thing, had 25 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists. Anthony Edwards had 16 points, 9 boards, and D'Angelo Russell 14 and 8 assists. Oh, yeah. So good for them. Shouts out to the Timberwolves. Didn't get it done. Weird team. The vibes are off in Minnesota. Not feeling it. Go Knicks. Next, we have the Denver Nuggets. Hey, guys, listen. Going to be a longer video. We had 15 freaking games last night. Cut me some slack. Listen, Denver Nuggets going to San Antonio, the hot Spurs, if you will. We have them picking up the win, the Denver Nuggets, that is, 115 to 109. Shouts out to them. Michael Porter Jr., MPJ, 24. Great performance by him. Jokic, 26 points, 8 boards, 10 assists, efficient night, beautiful. Jamal Murray dropping 19, KCP with 11. My man Bones, 6th man of the year. Highlands off the pine dropping 14. Great overall team. Love the Denver Nuggets. They're right in there in the top 5 teams for sure. San Antonio, not too much to cover. A guy I, of course, fell in love with at Kentucky, Keldon Johnson. He was my, surprise player so far. If you listen to last week's video, he had 30. My man Trey Jones out of Duke had 20. Devin Vassell, the second-year guy at Florida State, was 17. And my man Josh Richardson with 22 off the bench. So feisty Spurs team, but, not. They're missing a lot. So Pop, keep doing your thing though. Next game, we have the KD missing free throws Brooklyn Nets traveling to the Dallas Mavericks. Brooklyn, easily my least favorite team in the league. Just, if you know. All right, Brooklyn, like I said, dropped this game. KD had 26. Joe Harris had 14. Nicholas Claxton added in 10 and 14. Cam Thomas off the bench added in 19, a guy who can absolutely torch the Nets. I expect him to keep going up. Dallas side, it's Lucas World. We're just living in it. 36 points, 6 boardies, 6 give it to your friends. Dorian Finney-Smith, stud, 18 points. Just what you're going to get from him. One of the best 3-Ds in the league, in my opinion. Christian Wood definitely cooled down, had 6 last night. Josh Green, a kid I loved coming out of Arizona, was 16, and Timmy Hardaway Jr. with 11. Moving on. 3 more, I promise. We're getting there, boys and girls. Sacramento Kings, Sacktown stand up, traveled to Golden State, lost to them 113 to 116. Sacramento, we'll start with them. 19 points, 14 boards for Sabonis. Darren Fox continues to shine, 28 points. Malik Monk, come on now. Kentucky great, 24 off the pine ski. David Mitchell added in 12. Golden State, it's Steph. Come on. What are you going to say? My man had 47. 47 points. My man balled, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. Efficient night, 17 from 24 shooting. What can you not say about my man Stephon Curry? The chef did his thing. Andrew Wiggy, Maple Jordan added in 25 and 10. And that's about it on Golden State side. Clay added in 16 on a very inefficient night again. He's got it, man. I preach it. He's got to find it. He needs it. You know what I mean? Draymond added in 11, 8 and 6. Pretty much know what you're going to get from him going forward. Jordan Poole, noted, quiet night, only 2 point skis. Next game. The Los Angeles Lakers traveled to Utah to take on the Jazz, the hottest team in the league. They lost. 116, 139. Look, let me just. I'm here. Okay. Now I'm ready to speak. I just wanted you all to let that sink in. Is Utah good? I said it. I said the roster wasn't bad. Check out that video. Western Conference. Come on. For the Lakers, Troy Brown Jr., 10. Cool. Anthony Davis had 29. No LeBron. Okay. That's fine. I get it. AD had 29. Kendrick Nunn at 18. Finally stepped up. Russell continues to shot off the bench with 22. Max Christie with 8. Love the kid out of state, Michigan, that is. Damian Jones, 10 points, 7 rebounds. But you lost. Come on, Laker Nation. Troy, back you boys. We got Utah. Laurie Bird, 23 points. Jordan Clarkson, 22. Malik Beasley with 14. Conley added in 14 points, 12. Here you goes. And Kelly Olynyk with 10. Taylor Horton Tucker absolutely punching one last night with 15, 3 and 3. And Colin Sexton with 17, 5 and 3. I love the Utah Jazz, man. A fun team to watch. Let's go, Jazz. Keep it rolling. Last game of the night. Cleveland traveled to LA to take on the Clippers. 117-119 loss for them as the Clippers got the win. Evan Mobley with 26, 8. Did his thing. Love that kid. Versatility is beautiful in this league, and he is the epitome of it. Jared Allen added 10 points and 20 board skis. Donovan Mitchell added in 30 as he continues his hot streak. Darius Garland, 19 points, 12. There you goes. And Kevin Love was 17, 8 and 4. Kevin Love off the bench, man, absolutely tearing it up. Golly. Good for Kevin. Got the clips. Picking up a much needed win, man. Got to keep the momentum going. 20 points for Marcus, 26 points for Paul George. Zubac added a 10 and 9. Reggie had 18. Norman Powell 17. Reggie Jackson's a guy to look forward to. Definitely a slow start to the year. If he picks it up, that's big for them. And if Kawhi decides to ever play basketball again, that would definitely be huge for them. And hey, no NBA action tonight. No Tuesday games. That's okay. It's election day. Make sure you vote. Hey, X Factor Nation, thanks to you guys so much for tuning in to the X Factor Sports Talk Daily Show, NBA, of course. Again, go wish my man Caleb a happy birthday. Caleb, we love you. You're X Factor. Change the game. You the man. Enjoy it. Live your life. It's been your boy Fred. We daily show. We live. We getting it. Anyway, don't be a star. Don't be a superstar. Change the game. Be an X Factor. We love you all. God bless and peace. Peace. Peace out. Go Jazz.